What's going on, Giants fans? Welcome back to Boom Bold, and week one of the regular season is finally here. The wait is over, guys. The first game obviously takes place tomorrow, but the Cowboys versus Eagles. But we are not focused on that right now. We are focused on the Giants versus the Washington Commanders this Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and I have some players to watch. First player I have is Paulson Adebo. He was signed a 3-year for $54 million extension. He was a former New Orleans Saint, and he was signed here to be the cornerback one, right? And obviously, the big matchup for him is going to be a tough one. It's going to be recently signed wide receiver Terry McLaurin. Obviously, he was holding out all offseason waiting for a new contract extension, and he finally got it. And it was a big one. I believe he's going to pay $30 million annually now. So we'll see if he travels with him, because I know there was a stat that got showed up on Twitter that he's primarily on the left side of the field all the time. But maybe that's going to be different for Shane Bowen. He's probably going to want him to travel with Terry McLaurin at all times, because our cornerback 2 is really up in the air. It's either between Cordell Flott or Deontay Banks. Jordan Renan of ESPN believes that they can be interchanging on drives. Like, they could literally be switching every drive depending on how their play is. So we'll see if Paulson Adebo matches up with Terry McLaurin all game. He is our best corner, and I believe our best corner should go up with our best wide receiver. Or else we're gonna get cooked, right? The next player I have is obviously newly signed quarterback 1 Russell Wilson. He signed a 1-year deal, $10.5 million with the Giants earlier this offseason. And obviously he was signed to be the QB1 with the intention of drafting a QB and in foresight Jackson Dart, right? But depending on how he does this season, he might get, say if we have for example, 1-6 record by week 8, he could possibly get benched for Jackson Dart, or most likely get benched for Jackson Dart, because the fans are going to be calling for Brian Dable's head, and he might make a switch there. But it's only week 1. We're gonna see what happens. He's versing a very tough Dan Quinn Commanders defense. So, and this is gonna be his first action with Malik Neighbors and also the rest of the first team. Obviously, in the first preseason game, he played with Wan'Dale Robinson. But he had Darius Slay and Malik Neighbors sitting out, along with the other first team. I believe the only first teamer was John Michael Smith. So we're gonna see how he looks. It's gonna be an exciting one for him. And I have a rookie on this player to watch, Abdul Carter, the 3rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Obviously, we don't know where exactly he's gonna be playing most of the time, even though he was drafted to be an edge rusher, or at least a pass rusher in that sense. But Shane Bowen, I believe he is going to use Abdul Carter in every way he could. And I believe this week it could be a potential QB spy. Well, not say most of the time he plays, but say on obvious passing downs, he will look to have a quarterback spy on Jaden Daniels. And I believe Abdul Carter is going to be the player that he uses for that. So we're going to see what happens there. And obviously our star left tackle Andrew Thomas is another player to watch. He might not even play week 1, so we'll have to see. I believe it's going to be a game time decision. I believe the official injury report comes out today. He's probably going to show up questionable, but don't be surprised if he shows up doubtful and doesn't even play week 1 in the first place. I know he said in previous interviews that he would not give a timetable on when he's going to return. I know Joe Shane and Brian Dable mentioned the plan is to be ready for week 1. But Andrew Thomas said he wouldn't rush it. He's not going to give a timetable. And if he doesn't feel comfortable in playing, then he's not going to play, which I respect, because we need him. He's probably he is the most valuable player on our team. Whenever he's out, our offensive line is in shambles. I believe we only had him for about 5 games last year with the whole offensive line first team. And they did surprisingly well last season when they were all together very healthy. So let's just hope Andrew Thomas takes the right way to get to play this season. And if he does get ready, if he is playing this season, our offense is a lot much better when he's on the field. I believe whenever he is on the field, we average 19 points per game, and whenever he's not on the field, we average about almost 12, which those are still not good points on average, but it's way better than what we've been seeing for the past couple of years without Andrew Thomas on the field. So yeah, and also he has played through injuries before. So I believe the past couple years ago, he played through an MCL sprain for the second half of the season. But I believe he wants to take a cautious approach with this, which is the right move to do, because you want to prevent any further injuries from happening. So obviously, I'm excited for this. I know we're all excited. I do believe we'll win this game. I don't know how close. I don't know how much points we will score, but I believe we will find a way to win. We better find a way to win, because if we don't, I don't know. I might just give up on the season then and there. But with that being said, if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. It'll all be really appreciated. And let's do it, boys. Week 1 is finally here. Let's go home with a dub. Let's go Big Blue.